onshore also. They provide renewable energy, and then they are eco-friendly, they create jobs, etc. like that. And you can see about the disadvantages of the offshore wind turbines. The same thing, it is very much expensive and maintenance is very much high. And as it is placed in the ocean kind, so if suddenly any cyclones or hurricanes occurs, it may damage both the wind generator, wind turbine, also the ocean aquatic animals, and it can damage the whole area also. So this is the main disadvantage. And the production and installation cables also very high, as it is on the depth of the 50 meters. It have to be connected to the grid also, so the production cost, the cable cost will be very high. So this is one of the main disadvantage of the offshore wind turbines. Okay. So here comes the onshore contribution of the wind energy in the power sector. So onshore wind turbines and offshore wind turbines. As reported on 2019, the specific power is like 221 watt per meter square for onshore, whereas in offshore it is high like 340. And the capacity also here it is 2.5, and then the offshore it is 6.0. So in future, like in 2035 and all, in future they are trying to increase they are trying to increase the rotor diameter, the hub height, and they will trying to give a capacity of the 5.5, so that a specific power of at least a 10 thing above that we can get at least a 10% of the above that. So the this is the difference of the onshore and offshore thing. And this is okay. As per the report, India had the 10153 of gigawatt of the renewable energy capacity, and it is also targeting about 450 gigawatt in 2030. As I already said, see now it is reported as this, but in future they are trying to increase the rate. I mean, what is that? They're trying to rotor diameter and the hub height and everything, and they're trying to install more wind farms in both in onshore. And basically now in India there is no offshore wind farms present, but they are trying to launch it. They're planning to launch it in I guess in Gujarat or Rajasthan, yeah. And these offshore wind turbines are basically in foreign like UK, Denmark, in that kind. So globally, India ranks in fourth of the renewable energy capacity, and in that list, in that report also, wind power in the fourth of wind power, and in the fifth there is solar power capacity. Okay, so energy storage is unavoidable. So smart grid is very much important, and thereby I conclude my presentation on the contribution of renewable energy on power sector. So anything you want to ask me? Hello?
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Very nice presentation. Really, it
Thank
is very
you,
useful to us. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so
Okay.
much. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity, and thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy to present it in front of all my staffs. So glad. Thank you for this opportunity, sir. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Kasaragod. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now I invite the second speaker, Rajeshwari, Find It Triply, has to give the introduction. Okay, ma. Rajeshwari, Find It Triply. Okay, you may start the introduction. Okay, about the second speaker. Okay.
Today, our second speaker, Mr. Jayakrishnan, is here to give away the presentation on the topic electric and hybrid vehicles and energy optimization through electric automobiles. He had graduated from Government Engineering College, Thrissur, Kerala in electrical engineering of batch 1989 and worked as a guest lecturer at Government Polytechnic College, Kochi, Kerala till 1993. He had started working at Kerala Electrical and Allied Engineering Company, Delhi in 1993. In 1999, he returned to Kerala and joined Kerala State Electricity Board Limited and currently working as Deputy Chief Engineer, Electrical Circuits, Kasaragod, Kerala. Now, I request our speaker, Mr. Jayakrishnan, to start with the presentation.
Thank you, Rajeshwari.
Yeah, thank you.
Good evening, all. So I would like to first of all express my gratitude to the organizers of this webinar for inviting me for a brief presentation, especially Arivalahan Sir and HOD of EEE Department, SRM Valliyamai College of Engineering. So in this webinar, I would like to present some slides and also my experience as an EV owner. So I think I am selected for this webinar because actually I have no background of this study or about these EV vehicles, but I had owned an EV electric vehicle for the last 6 months. So I would like to share my experience in the after these slides. And I'm just going to these slides on electric and hybrid vehicles and the energy optimization through electric automobiles. Okay, first of all, a need of these electric and hybrid vehicles. Everybody has been knowing we are all facing global warming and all. And I am not going deep into this global warming because this is a very large subject, and a separate seminar will be needed for this global warming. Need of these electric and hybrid vehicles are first one is our dependence on the petrol and diesel. As such, it is estimated that only petrol and diesel availability beneath the crust of the earth is only for another 40 or 50 years. If we are using the petrol and diesel as we are using now. And about the gas, it will long only about 70 years. And this coal is the which is longest in the Earth's crust. It will last about 200 years. This is an estimation, and if we are depending more on these petroleum products, the lesser will be the life. So for preserving it for our future generations, we have to depend less on these petroleum products. So we have to switch on to these electric or hybrid vehicles. And next is rising petrol and diesel prices. Not rising, it is escalating now. In my olden days, while I am remembering when about 10 years or so, these diesel prices was only 10 rupees, less than 10 rupees, 4 or 5. But in the last 40 years, it has skyrocketed to above 100. So almost 200% increase is there. So if we are if we are using petrol and diesel like we are using nowadays, these prices will be no doubt will be escalating in the coming years, like anything, because the demand is increasing but the supply is reducing. Every product is like that only. The prices will be increasing when the demand increase or the supply reduces. So petrol and diesel prices will soar up in the near future, and so we have to switch on to our non-conventional energy sources. So next is pollution and global warming. That I already hinted about that. In Delhi and all, now the government is restricting these vehicles with odd numbers on one day and even numbers on one day because to curb the pollution in the city. Also, it was stated that in these Himalayan regions, that Simla and all, they are banning these diesel vehicles, because diesel vehicles are the number one pollutant in these vehicles. So they are banning these diesel vehicles in Shimla and all. So the pollution is a concern for everybody. And in this world itself, European Union and all, they are going. Our India is also going, creating so many things for curb this global warming. Then the next is noise in conventional vehicles. This we all know these IC engines. While we are running the IC engines, lot of noise will be coming in the engine parts. They are all moving parts, so a lot of noises will be coming, and that will be affecting the interior part of the vehicles we are traveling also. Then is need for alternative power. So as already told in the first webinar, we have to switch over to these non-conventional energy sources. Now, as an approximation, India's total requirement, out of the Indian total requirement, almost 12 to 15% is met from non-conventional sources, and balance it is from these petroleum products or like this. So we have to switch on to more, about 50% or somewhere 60% we have to get from these non-conventional energy sources. Otherwise, our dependence on petrol and diesel prices will cost or will hamper the energy sources in our system. And then is the need for eco-friendly vehicles. This related to pollution and all. EV and DHV, the perfect solution for green automobiles. Okay, next is what is an electric vehicle? Everybody will be knowing an electric vehicle is an automobile that is propelled by one or more electric motors using electrical energy stored in electrical storage device. Battery is there in the EVs, and the energy stored in these devices will be running these electric motors, which in turn run the vehicle. So EV include but not limited to road and rail traffic, surface and underwater vehicles, electric aircraft, and electric spacecraft. Everything now is in electric mode. The next is primary components are this motor is there, controller is there, power source is there, and transmission is also there. These are the photographs of some of the EVs. In here in India, these buses are not so common, but in European countries, buses are in plenty, running with this electric power. And it was also seen that in Sweden and all, these buses will be they are having charging points in every bus stop. And when while the bus park in a bus stop and ascending and passengers ascending and descending, this bus will be charged a little bit, and after going to this bus depot and all, they will again charge it for the full charge, or they will be swiping the batteries. They will be replacing the uncharged batteries with charged batteries, and they will be going for the other trips. So it will come in our country also, this swiping of batteries or charging in the bus stops and all. So these are some photographs of these vehicles. Next is this is a block diagram of the diagram of a typical EV. Where the battery is having electrical energy stored in it. It will be transmitted to the motor. Then it will be transmitted the wheels to the transmission these equipments. And also while this EV is being applied, brake is applied, then a small amount of energy will be regenerated, and it will be going through a generator and coming to the battery. That I will explain a little bit more during my experience while running this EV. So next is the advantages of these electric vehicles. So some of the points I might have given in these earlier slides. First one is no petroleum fuel is required. We'll be going through we will be using only electrical energy. So we will not be depending on this petroleum or fuel. Next, in carbon footprint, by avoiding this, it is seen that this global warming effect is caused by this greenhouse gases. And this greenhouse gas, the main component is carbon dioxide. And almost more than 50% carbon dioxide is coming from these vehicles which are running. And also contributions from these industries and all. But CO2, if we are saving the CO2 emission, we will get carbon credits and all. So no carbon footprint. The next is cost effective. That while we own this electric vehicle, after running for a couple of years, not couple, 4 or 5 years, we will it will become cost effective as the running cost is very low. Also, no low maintenance. There are no moving parts as in the IC engines. So low, so not low, zero maintenance. Only this battery needs checkup periodically. Otherwise, motor needs no maintenance as in the IC engines. So maintenance cost is very low. Then next, payback period. Payback period, it is after purchasing a EV. Within 4 or 5 years, we'll get back the money we spend in the initial cost. Also, low noise. IC engines will be having very high noise, and that noise will be transmitted to the interior of the car also, and so while driving we will be experiencing a lot of noise. But in EV there is no noise, only a motor is running, and the noise which will be delivered into the EV will be only of that tire rubbing on the surface of the road. So noise is not there, and also there is no exhaust. Some of the vehicles running in the road will be having very high noise, or because they will be purposefully making it by making holes in the silencer and all. So no silencer, no IC engines, so noise will be very low. Then there are some disadvantages also. Every product that is being introduced will be having advantages and disadvantages. First one is initial cost. Cost is high because battery cost is very high. Nowadays the technology is improving, and after some years battery prices will be coming very drastically reduced, and so this initial cost will also be will reduce. But now it is a little bit higher than the conventional IC engine vehicles. So we'll be having a comparison in the later slides. Next is about the range anxiety. This battery as EV is only having one is having battery also only, so that battery will be having a particular amount of charge in it. So this range will be a little bit problem. Range anxiety will be there, whether we will reach the destination safely, or we will be stuck somewhere in between. So that's a slight disadvantage. But there are EVs which are having a very high range also nowadays, but cost will be very higher. The next is recharging. In a fast charger is there, and also these EV owners will be providing slow charges in our premise, and this will take a much longer time than refueling of diesel or petrol vehicles. If we are going for this fast charging, it will take almost 45 minutes to charge from 20% to 80% of the vehicle. After this 80%, this fast charger will also take a little much longer time. From 20 to 80%, it will take only 40-45 minutes. And for charges, slow charges which they are installing in our premise, our home, or wherever it is, it will charge almost 10% per hour. So if you are putting the vehicle on charge and 10% of the charge remaining, it will take almost 9 hours for charging it to 100%. So that's a concern. But as nowadays, everybody is interested in setting up these fast chargers, and once these fast chargers are coming more and more, we will be having lesser concern about this range and all. Then next is battery pack, that space and weight. But the IC engines are there, so a little bit weight is a little bit increased higher than that of the conventional vehicles. That cannot be. After when technology advances, this battery will be coming in size which is lesser than that is now. So in the future, battery pack size, space and weight will be lesser. Then there is hybridization, not depending only on one source of energy. EV and some other energy source combined will be a little much easier for this minimizing these disadvantages. That is hybridization means there's a multiple source of power from this EV electric power, and also some other powers will be coming together to run the vehicle. So that making ICE work more efficient range, and also sizing of motor and ICE lower than compared to the conventional. If we are using hybrid type of vehicle, this will be sizing of the motor and IC engine combined is less than the conventional, and also EV. The next is hybrid vehicles. What is hybrid vehicle? Hybrid vehicles in general is refer to the vehicles with 2 or 3 different types of sources delivering power to the wheels for propulsion. More than one source of power. It will be combined with electric and also battery, and also diesel or petrol. Combining, and it is used for the propulsion of the vehicles. Then next, most common hybrid vehicles have an IC engine and one or more electric machines for vehicle propulsion. IC engine can be used to generate electric energy on board to power the machine. Not the conventional source or conventional type of vehicles. This IC engine will be used to generate energy, and that energy will be running the motor. And also battery will deliver power to the motor. So a motor will be run both with the battery and also with IC engine. But if you are using hybrid vehicles, then our ultimate motive is to reduce the pollution and all. So if we are using hybrid, then IC engines again we are using, and it will not help us in curtailing this pollution. So hybrid vehicles, if we are fearing of this range and all, we can use IC engine, because if at all these battery vehicles are battery is exhausted, we can run the vehicles with conventional fuels. So hybrid vehicles manufacturers are Toyota is making, Hyundai, Sonata is running manufacturing these hybrid vehicles. The next, this is a torque speed curve of IC and EV. IC is starting, the torque is very lenient, and but that of the conventional engine, where there are gears, they will be shooting up first initially, and going down as these sine wave curves are there. But electric motors, they are developing constant torque in the initial period, and then they are going down. The next is a comparison between these Tata vehicles, Tata Nexon conventional vehicle and Tata Nexon EV vehicle. So the prices is in there's the top variant. Nexon EV is coming at 17.15 lakhs, whereas the Tata Nexon conventional is 13.75, almost 4 lakhs difference is there. So that's the initial cost of the initial investment in EV vehicle is somewhat higher than the conventional vehicles. Fuel is Nexon, it is diesel, and EV it is electricity or electric energy. Maximum power is 108.5 bhp, and that's depending upon the RPM of the engine. Here no engine, so 127 bhp is the maximum power output from the Nexon EV. Traction is 1.5 liter Robotorque turbocharged engine in the Nexon. Here it is permanent magnet synchronous motor is traction used for this EV. Maximum torque is 260 Newton meter for the Nexon, and it is 245 Newton meter for the Nexon EV. Mileage is 17 kilometer per liter for the Tata Nexon. This is a company offering, and EV it is 312 kilometer for the full charge. The steering is power steering, and this is electrically power assisted. So better control will be there for the Nexon EV. And next is the vehicle to grid V2G. This is actually we can take the power from these electric vehicles or electric hybrid vehicles or plug-in electric vehicles, and they are returning the electricity to the grid by throttling the charge rate or regenerative braking. As already shown in one slide, while braking the vehicle, these wheels will be through the generator will be regenerating the energy, and it will be stored in the battery which is equipped in the vehicle. Also, V2 storage capabilities can enable EVs to store and discharge electricity generated from renewable energy sources such as solar and wind, with output that fluctuates depending upon the weather and the time of day. Types of V2G is unidirectional V2G, bidirectional local V2G, and bidirectional V2G. So then I will share my experience as an EV owner because I purchased Nexon EV. Pardon, sir? Okay. Okay, we can have a discussion or session later. So as an EV owner, I would like to share my experience for the last 7 months. Actually, I purchased it during 2021 August. And the motive behind purchasing this EV, it was already some of the points are discussed. First is pollution, that is an environmental issue. But nowadays not we are charging these fast chargers and through slow charging also with the electricity which is mostly generated from these petroleum products itself. Now the almost 50 to 60% is from petroleum products is the production of electricity in the country. So we are in turn we are actually we are using EV, but we are charging the EV from the almost 50% is coming from this petroleum itself. So better we have to develop these charging points, fast charging points with the solar grid or solar connected, and also our home charging, slow charging also we can convert to solar grid connected solar plant if we install solar PV in our home. So actually in the end, for reducing this pollution and all, we have to switch over to our this charging points to the solar model also, solar or any non-conventional sources. So installation of solar power plants on our rooftop or these fast charging points will make it fully 100% environmental friendly. Till then, we have to use some power which is generated from thermal sources for these petroleum products. So first motive was to reduce the environmental issue. As in energy field, I used to take presentations on this global warming and all. So as a concern of this environment, my one of the preference was to switch over to EV other than using this conventional IC engine vehicle. So that's one of the motive. Then next, as it is described in one of the slide, that heat is so much heat is generated in the IC engines, and a lot of heat will be transmitted to the interior of the car. So those who are driving the car without AC and all, they will experience a very high temperature inside the car. So to reduce that heat inside the car or temperature inside the car, my motive is to switch on to this electric vehicle. Also, noise is a concern. While driving, so many noises will be coming from our vehicle, our IC engine vehicle. So to avoid that, that's a motive for switching over to electric vehicle. Then next is the spurious hike in these petroleum products, or hike in the rates. So that I already explained, it is skyrocketed almost 200 times during the last 40 years. Then next is safety. Safety, I would prefer this Tata Nexon because in India, this is I'm almost first in this safety among these medium range cars. Because in accidents and all, it is seen that so many videos I saw, it is seen that that minimum damage is caused to the vehicle or to the travelers in this crashing and all. So in this safety aspects, Nexon EV is a very high rated one, and so that's why I switched on to Nexon EV. Then next is region braking. That almost if we are braking, we are running in the city limits. We will be braking frequently, and while braking, some of the energy will be recharged into the into our battery. And one of the example is that in my experience, I have gone to one place called Madikeri in this Coorg district in Karnataka. Madikeri. Madikeri, it is hilly terrain. So from going from Kasaragod, there is a almost 30 kilometers. It is very this mountainous terrain, and we have to run the vehicle up the hill for this 30 kilometers. So and while coming down the hill, we can save the energy. And I experienced that after coming back from this Madikeri, while driving almost 30 kilometers down the hill to Sampaje, I had I had regenerated almost 10% charge inside my car. I started from Madikeri at 30% charge, and when I reached the downhill of this Madikeri, the charge was increased to 40%. So almost 10% regenerative braking I got, 10% charge I got while during this regenerative braking. Then next, that's all the motive behind this purchasing this EV. Then you should, after this acquiring the purchasing the EV while parking in the road and all, so many queries were coming from the passers by. Seeing this vehicle, they will come and ask about so many questions. And in that, some of the questions are about the range. What is the range? Can we reach the destination with this vehicle? So many queries were there. And about the range, the company has already stated it is they are giving for Nexon EV 312 kilometers for one full charge. That's an ideal condition without AC and all. But in my experience, I am getting almost 250 to 270 anywhere in between. But we have to drive with a speed of 40 to 60 kilometers per hour. Above that, if we are driving, then we will not getting this 250 to 270 range. So if we are driving it in ideal speed, 40 to 60 kilometers per hour, we will surely get 250 plus 250 or 270. As in the case of that Madikeri trip, Madikeri is situated from Kasaragod. It is almost 110 kilometers up and down. Up 110 kilometers up, 110 kilometers down. So actually, we had gone for a family trip, and the resort which we were staying was 10 kilometers away from Madikeri. So I had to drive 110 kilometers to Madikeri and 10 kilometers after that for reaching this resort. So 120 kilometer I have driven with the full charge, 100% charge from Kasaragod, my native place. And while I reached the resort, the charge was only 39%, almost 61% charge was exhausted because it was a very steep gradient climbing the hill from Sampaje, almost 30 kilometers to Madikeri. So the charge consumption will be higher. And when we are leaving the resort, the charge was only 39%. And as I stated earlier, after traveling this 10 kilometers from the resort to Madikeri, it came to almost 30%. So while climbing down the hill from Madikeri to Sambaje, 10% charge has been regenerated in the vehicle, and I had a 40% charge while I reached Sambaje down the hill. So after coming to Kasaragod, almost 10% charge was remaining. So I totally I drove almost 110 plus 10, that is 120 into 240 kilometers. I drove with a drove to Madikeri, and remaining 25% was there. So almost 270, 250, 270 this charge is range will be we will get with this Nexon EV. Then next is usual question is what about this torque? Will this vehicle climb up the hill? So in my experience, we will not it will climb the hill smoother than this IC engines, IC engine vehicles. We can just go and overtake these vehicles. In one of the, there's a for Nexon EV, there is a group in this Telegraph and also WhatsApp, Nexon EV users. Almost 250, 300 people are there, and they will be sharing their experience. And in that, one of the Nexon owner had narrated his story why he opted for this Nexon EV, because that he was saying that his daily routine, he has to travel almost 40 kilometers daily from home to his office, and somewhere in Kottayam district, and he had to climb daily one small hill to reach his office. So while climbing, he was having some diesel vehicle initially. While climbing daily, he saw that one EV is daily overtaking him while climbing this. So much power. So that narrates that we can easily climb the vehicle. But for this other two-wheelers and these three-wheelers, there was somebody was saying that there is some problem by climbing and all. But in this this segment of cars, there is no problem, and every hilly terrains it will climb like climb very smoothly. No issues. So next is again charging will take a very long time. So if this fast charging it is taking 40 minutes, then we can after going around 200 kilometers, we will be driving almost 4 hours. So we will have to take some refreshment. So if we are parking in a fast charging station which is having some facility for this restaurant or some hotels, we can have our lunch or dinner as while we are having this vehicle charge. So vehicle will be charged, and automatically we will be having our tea or dinner. So these charging issues will not be there if we planned well. I know this some videos I saw some guys coming with full, that is 4 people and full luggage from New Delhi to Thiruvananthapuram. That they drove almost 3,000 kilometers within a span of 4 or 5 days by locating the charging points in between. This Nexon EV can be charged from any charging station, whether it is Tata Motors or MG charging stations. But any type will be suiting. So we can first of all plan accordingly, and also resorts and hotels are there who offer slow charging. So while we are staying overnight, we can charge our vehicle fully. So no need to spend some time for that. So charging will not be longer charging time will be there, but if we plan, then we can go very smoothly. Also about this battery and all, what is the life of this battery? Battery will be exhausted. Some queries are there, and this Nexon EV and almost all the EV manufacturers are offering almost 8 years. Nexon EV is offering 8 years warranty for this EV. 8 years or 1,60,000 kilometers, whichever is earlier. So we will be having a warranty of 1,60,000 kilometers or 8 years for this battery. That will be sufficient. That's about this battery and its life. So these are the usual queries coming from passers-by or other people. So then advantages we have already gone through in one of the slides. Some benefits are being given by government. What are those benefits? First of all, that is road tax. Over the vehicles which are having basic price or ex-showroom price, which is above 15 lakhs, normal IC engine vehicles is having 15% tax as in as road tax, 15%. But this EV, the road tax is only 5% in Kerala. But some of the states in India are offering road tax is giving subsidy. Full road tax is exempted for promoting EV. So for we will be having if we are going for 15% tax for a vehicle above 15 lakhs, it will be around 2 lakhs or something. But for this EV, it is coming almost 4 lakhs. 4 lakhs, but it is coming only for 70 to 75,000. So in road tax, we will be getting benefits, and road tax is exempted in some of the these states such as Maharashtra, Delhi, etc. And also, government is giving subsidy on the vehicle rate also, basic price, 2 lakhs subsidy and all. But it is not given in Kerala. Some states are giving, and if you are going for a vehicle which is having basic price 15.3 lakhs, they will give 2 lakh subsidy, and it will come only 13.3. So benefits are being given by governments. And that's all the queries and in my experience. And also about this energy cost. Also, there were queries about the electric cost. What is the cost incurred in charging or in running? Actually, in some videos, while I was watching before purchasing the EV, they were saying that Nexon EV, we can run the vehicle at 70 paise per kilometer. 70 paise. That was in some videos. And in my experience, usually I was driving a Swift Desert diesel, Maruti Swift Desert diesel, before I owned this vehicle, EV. And that was costing almost 5 rupees per 1 kilometer. Actually, while I put diesel for 2,000 rupees, it will run an approximate 400 kilometers. So almost 5 rupees per kilometer is the cost incurred for running 1 kilometer. But in my EV experience, as I told earlier, I owned it in August, and almost 6-7 months are passed. And here in Kerala, electricity board is billing bi-monthly. So I received 3 bills. 3 bills I received, and which was around 7,000 and 6,000. 2 bills are around 7,000 and 1 bill around 6,000. So totally 20,000 I had paid as electricity charges. But I ran the vehicle for 16,000 kilometers now. 16,500 is the speedometer reading as of today, and I ran almost 16,000 kilometers. So usually before this owning EV, I used to incur 1,500 to 2,000 rupees for this bi-monthly charge. So 5,000, if we are taking 5,000 for this 6 months, my charge for this EV I given to electricity board is only 15,000, and I ran already 16,000 kilometers. So it will be well below 1 rupee per kilometer. So initially I was running the diesel car at 5 rupees per kilometer, and now I am getting it almost 1 rupee per kilometer, which is just below 1 rupee. Then it is estimated that not estimated, a comparison was there in the sale of EVs for the last 2 financial years. The one which ended yesterday, financial year 2021-22 and 2021. In the last financial year 21-22, almost 4 lakh EV electric vehicles came on the road in India. 4 lakh, but compared to the last financial year, it was only 1.3 lakhs. So it is estimating that by 2025, almost 30% of the vehicle in India will be EV. That's the estimation. So so fastly it is increasing. This out of these 44 lakh EVs, electric vehicles sold during this financial year, almost 50% and more is two-wheelers. Two-wheelers is a maximum. Almost 50% of this is two-wheelers. So going by the market, it is estimated that by 2025, almost 30% of the vehicles running in India will be EV. Also, I would like to point out some of the EVs and their price range, which is running as of today. We have MG Motors, they are running one MG ZS, and that is costing 22 to 26 lakhs. Hyundai is running Kona, and that is 24 lakhs. And bigger vehicles, higher vehicles is also there. Audi e-tron, they are it is costing around 1 to 1.18 crores. Then about Tata now running two models. Tata Tigor is 12 to 14 lakhs, and Nexon is 15 to 17 lakhs. And in 2022, so many models are coming, and Tata is planning their Altroz model, and that is costing almost 14 lakhs. Tesla is introducing Model 3 in 2022. That costs 60 lakhs. Mercedes-Benz is supposed to run their vehicle EQS. That is costing 1.75 crores. And Mahindra is also introducing in 2022 XUV 300. That is 15 lakhs. Earlier, this Mahindra was the first car EV manufacturer in India. In 2015, they have introduced a electric car, but that was only having a range of 150 or 125 kilometers. So that was not that didn't click much. But now the scenario has changed. Everything is changed. This battery, a lot of technology improvement were there in this battery and all. So better cars will be in this Nexon itself. They are going for a higher range, 400 range. One vehicle is coming in 2022. And also about this Nexon vehicle, as I told earlier, this is a 3-phase permanent magnet synchronous motor is used for running the vehicle, and the battery is having 30.2 kWh capacity. So full charging, it will take almost 30 units of electricity. So these are the various features of Nexon and the coming trends in electric vehicles and my experience in running these vehicles, electric vehicle. So I think I covered all the aspects of this EV, and as a user also, I had shared the experience. So I am just preferring everyone to move to these electric vehicles. It is a good thing we will be doing for our next generation. We are using this petrol and diesel as sparingly as we are using now, because our forefathers didn't use these products much. So they have conserved it for us. So it's our duty to conserve it to our next generation, because next generation cannot go by cycle and all these bullock carts. So we have to preserve some these petroleum products also for the next generation, future generation, and so that we can sustain this energy source to our future generation. So I request every participants who are here to switch over to these EVs whenever possible. Almost one thing also, almost every bank is giving loan for this purchasing EVs, and also they are costing 0.25% interest lesser for this EV. For the car loans, they are usually charging 8.75 or 9 for the conventional, but they are charging 0.25% less for this EV for promoting it. So many promotions are there from the government, from the financial institutions, and for our future generations and for our environment or reduce global warming and all. I request everybody for switching over to EVs if we are getting a chance. So I conclude here, and if any queries are there about my experience, I can share with you, sir.
Participants, if you are having any doubt, you may clarify with sir.
That works really.
Okay, sir. No question they asked. Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, sir. Okay. Hello. Yes, sir.
Okay. Welcome, sir.
Yes,
Welcome.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. I will wait for a few minutes. First, I want to thank our Jayakrishnan sir, Deputy Chief Director, Electrical Circle, Kasaragod, Kerala State Electricity Board, and he spent with us 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. for the electric hybrid vehicles EHV, energy optimization through the automobile, and for that he covered the following topics such as the EV vehicles such as the two-wheeler, car, bus, train, airplane, and the above data. The main elements such as what are the main elements such as first should be battery, and the second should be the motor and the generator location, and third should be the transmission part, and the fourth should be how the wheel alignment can be possible to make connect with the automobile part. And the above part, SAR will cover the good idea. And SAR taken about the hybrid vehicles such as the battery operated vehicle and the diesel operated vehicle and the petrol operated vehicle. And for that, SAR given the nice introduction part and the above data that will be really very useful for us. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Okay. And next, with the vote of thank and the feedback session and the group photo, will wind up this session. Okay, sir. And now we commit the last part, vote of thanks again. For vote of thanks. Yes. Okay. Very, very good evening to all. And here, the one-day seminar that was conducted in the Department of EEE, SRM Valley Engineering College, and for that, the topics such as recent developments in the power sector, and for the first speaker, the Kausalya S, the contribution of the renewable energy in the power sector. Asanjar, Bangalore, she has given the nice introduction about the power, about the part again. And the second speaker such as Jayakrishnan, electric hybrid vehicle, EHV, energy optimization through the electric automobile, and SAR has given the nice introduction. And next, I want to thank the principal has given the opportunity for the conduct the function, and next the vice principal sir, and our beloved HOD Dr. K. Lango sir, professor and head of Department of EEE Department, and our coordinator such as myself and Dr. G. Madhusudan sir of our department. And next, this much more support that was given by our faculty members and our beloved students participating in these events and the external participants and all the persons I want to make thanks for it. Thank you very much all. Well, here the above two sessions that will be very nice, and the above data that will be very useful to us. And here we can able to gain a wide knowledge that will be very useful to us. Thank you very much. Now we'll move the photo session. Okay, group photo. Okay, we'll take just to all of you on your camera for photo session. Okay.
Feedback form.
Thermal, sir.
Yes, sir.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir. All of you on your camera.
Feedback form. Feedback form.
Ah, yes, I will share.
Sir.
I
Wait for
request
a few minutes. I
everyone
will share the
to
feedback. After the photo session, I will share the feedback. Okay. Wait for a few
request
minutes.
everyone to unmute your camera, please. Yes, sir.
Sir, shall I share the feedback, sir? No, sir.
Done, sir.
Photo
Done,
session.
sir.
Okay. Shall I share the feedback, sir? Okay, sir. Wait for a
Yeah,
few minutes.
please. Yeah, please.
I paste the feedback in the chat box. Are you able to see? The feedback form is available in the chat box. Are you able to find?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is available, sir.
Ah, yes, sir. All of you fill the form, then only we can able to receive the certificate. Okay. If you completed means, I will give the end of the meeting. Okay, we'll complete. Okay. For 5 or 10 minutes, I will wait for that. Okay. All of you completed means you have to give the message, then we will end the meeting. Okay. The certificate will be received in your email. Okay.
Chat box is not visible, sir, for myself.
No, no, no. Surely it will be there. Go to check.
Not visible, sir, chat box.
Excuse me, sir. Chat box option is unavailable, sir.
Chatbot is built.
The chat box is perfectly opening.
No student edit.
For us, not so.
Yeah, I think you have shared twice. It is available, sir.
Ah, is available. Yes, sir. Are you able to find in the chat box? Microsoft Teams chat
No,
box.
sir.
Sir, no,
No,
sir.
you have to check.
No, sir. Not chat box.
No, sir.
Sir, link share பண்ணி பாருங்க ஒரு time.
Please send it to WhatsApp, sir.
Ah, okay. If not able to complete means we will send through WhatsApp. Okay, no problem. If possible means we will complete here only. Okay. Please check once again.
Sir, not visible, sir.
Sir. Sir, sir.
சார் அவங்க ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு விசிபிள் இல்ல ப்ரோ சார்.
அப்படியே நம்மளுக்கு ஓபன் ஆகுது தானே சார்?
யா சார்.
நம்மளுக்கு ஓபன் ஆகுதா? அப்படின்னா அந்த இது மெயில் ஐடி ஆட் பண்ணவங்களுக்கு தான் ஆக்சுவலாக வந்து ஓப்பன் ஆகுதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஓகேப்பா, we are having this feedback form correctly. Okay, we'll share some other range. ஓகேப்பா, ஓகே சார். எண்ட் ஆஃப் த மீட்டிங் கொடுத்துலாமா சார்?
சார்
சார் கொடுத்துலாமா சார்? Shall I give the end of the meeting, sir?
Okay, sir.
Okay. We'll share the feedback form. I'll give the end of the meeting. Okay, pa. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Bye. Thank you. I'll give the end of the meeting. Okay, pa.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much for extending your time support, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.